another caller that just called in, and that would be Paul. And I'm opening his mic now. Paul, go ahead with your comments. I have to ask, please, let's keep comments or questions as short as possible. We are beginning to line up here.
Okay. Hi, Drake. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
I just wanted to make a comment about the fact of this new executive order, and Drake pretty much answered what I was going to say, is that with what the actions that this group has done, is that they're panicking at the top, so they're passing laws and executive orders in a flurry because they're trying to scare the American people, and a lot of people don't know that an action or a counter action has been taken and is coming to help them, and we need to just step back, analyze it, and relax, and be confident in the fact that there is something coming that is going to prevent all this, and it has no merit and no basis in law, and the fact that if Obama is arrested, everything he's signed will be null and void.
I like that.
So what we need to do is educate the people that there has been an action taken to stop this, and so that, because they may not be aware that, you know, this is not just a one-sided event.
Well, I'm going to express something here that a lot of people aren't aware of, and you got to think about this a little bit before they'll catch it. I did a show this couple of days ago, and it was designed to alleviate fears. Okay? A couple of days later, all of a sudden, you got this stuff going on to raise that fear right back up again. Now, what does that sound like to you? Does that sound like somebody playing marbles and they're trying to get your shooter, or what? Does to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to make...
Not difficult to figure these things out. As I said, shake the bush, see who runs. Okay,
right.
well...
I just want to express that a lot of people don't know that there's a positive action in place being conducted right now. It may not be public knowledge, and it may not be apparent, but, you know, it's not a one-sided event that the government's stepping down on us. There is a counterpoint to all this.
Exactly.
So that's
you know, it's hard to have that confidence if you can't see it. You know, I feel like we're out here floating around, and all this is coming down on us, and there is nobody to help us. So we have to help ourselves. Now, putting that all together, Drake, you were very right. That takes logistics. And that was kind of my point, was, you know, give us the plan, and we will make sure that that plan can be fully implemented. We got the people, we just don't have the plan yet. I know that there's many groups that do have chains of command, but we need to consolidate them into one. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a shooting war either. You know, I know everybody's, you know, lock and load and all that. No, not all soldiers have guns. Some have computers. Some can cook. Some have babysitting skills. Some have, you know, some can go door to door. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean a shooting thing, but we all have to be on the same page. Each person has an assignment. You know, not everybody's going to be doing the same thing. Put them all together, and then you have a whole working operation.
That's primarily what's going on.
Even computer hackers, even lawyers. You know, we need them all.
That's going on right now.
Let's see. We have another caller, guys, and that would be Scotty. Scotty, I'm bringing you up. Let's see. Scotty, are you there?
I'll be quiet. I get so excited.
Scotty, are you there?
Sounds like he's got a voice changer.
Okay. I don't know. Scotty, can you hear us? Okay, we'll try to come back to Scotty. Maybe something happened. Please, Scotty, feel free to call back in. We are not able to hear you.
Yeah, so, you know, what I was saying is, like I said, it doesn't have to be a shooting war, but we need to have everybody have an assignment. We got to start taking some action. I know we've been telling people, get on the phone, call. I mean, it actually sounds futile, you know, call your representative. It sounds like so cliche and futile because you call them and call them and call them and they ignore you. But we have to make it so that they cannot ignore us. And all that Alinsky stuff we've been learning, it's time to use it. You know, it's not how much power you have, it's how much power your opponent thinks you have. And we've been talking to people, you know, instead of making one phone call, make 10 phone calls. Now you're 11 people.
Right.
You know, so that's force multiplying. You know, as far as your computer, get in touch with people. Start putting out these links. Start putting out these stories. Start writing. Go door to door. Talk to your neighbors. If you go out to the bar, talk to the people in the bar. You know, as far as, like you had said, Drake, about people's families being threatened. How about we hide these families? We can set up an underground that they will never find these people's families.
I understand all that.
Up.
A lot of what you're talking about is already in progress. That was initiated about.
In progress where, and how do we involve more? How do we involve more?
Well, it has to have time to grow, and you're going to have to give it time to grow. Now, what you don't understand is that a lot of these things are in progress on a very large scale, and by that I mean every state in the nation has gotten a word in terms of a combination of both what you'd call fringe area people that may or may not be cool to be around, you don't know, but they're fun to talk to, all the way from the underground, through them, and some officials have already been contacted. This happened about 6-8 days ago. I know this for a fact because I was one of the ones that initiated the contacts. Now, I'm not saying I'm in charge of anything because I'm not really, but this growth ideology and education ideology is being implemented, and how many people listen to that? So you're going to have to go through and weed out the ones that don't want to listen, and that takes time.
Drake and Joanne, we have another caller, and I'm bringing him up now. This is Chris from Las Vegas. Chris, you are open. Can you hear us?
I do
Chris.
hear you. Hello, Drake and Joanne.
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
I would say that this would be a great call to remain calm, but keep eyes wide open, wide awake, and be ready to lock and load if need to at a moment's notice, and have that ditty bag packed and ready to go just in case you got to hit the ground running.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
The Obama administration has already proven with their FEMA test ops here a month ago that they are subject to either non-performance or putting out a false flag to see what sort of temperament it rises in the nation, and they're not opposed to predisposing, creating chaos or disorder to give the pretense for bringing out the troops and turning them loose on us, even the NATO troops, the Communist Chinese or the Russian troops in Mexico, and the Northern Command on the northern borders of Montana and Canada, or the narco-terrorists that have been infused in infiltrating the country under the disguise of being terrorists, narco-terrorists, and 4 illegals that are armed to the teeth with weapons provided by Eric Holder.
Another thing, too, Chris, is remember, if our soldiers are under foreign command, the UN command, well, that means the UN can put foreign soldiers on our soil, too. So keep that in mind.
They already have.
You know, if we're part of NATO, NATO's part of us.
Now, there's...
Yes. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Drake.
There's something that a lot of people don't understand here. There is no absolute obligation, legal or lawful or otherwise, that commands from a foreign entity are followed. Our Constitution speaks specifically to those particular items and individuals. Now, the premise of this is that the military operates under their oath of service, and it's conditional upon following the Constitution and what it says. Therefore, the people that are worried or concerned should number somewhere in the 70 or 80% bracket in our military, in toto. That's Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force. Now, I'm not saying that these people should arbitrarily disregard some kind of order that doesn't really do anything. But when they say, go target this house in this neighborhood because you can and you're flying a F-16 or something, that's a little bit much. The airplane can take off, make a circle, and come back. There could be a weapons malfunction. It wouldn't fire when I was up there. There's a lot of excuses that can come into play where you don't, as such, directly disobey the order, but the end result is not carried out. That's one of the outs that everybody has. Now, the other part of this is this. All those people who are active duty, military, who are concerned about being put out of the military, how would you like to be in charge of it? And not necessarily in charge in terms of I'm the new company commander, but maybe the people who have the wherewithal to understand the difference between lawful and unlawful orders, simply stating to everyone, I can't follow that. It says in the military code and my field manual, that's a no-no, and I ain't going to do it.
What are the people in your
Go
pipeline?
from there.
What are the people in your pipeline saying about this? Do they even know what Panetta said?
Yes.
About them? They know about it. And
yes,
what
I
are
sent
they
that
saying
video
about
out
it?
to specific contacts so that everybody would be aware.
Yeah,
Okay.
and prior to that, Obama sent a letter to Boehner stating that he had gotten international permission to go into Libya. So this isn't something that Panetta made up. This is continuation of the same policy that Obama initiated.
That's true. Now the question is, are we there yet?
Well, remember, Drake, that under the Emergency War Powers Act, that invokes the doctrine of necessity. The doctrine of necessity, by the creation of the state of emergency, invokes the number one rule of the law of necessity, which provides there are no rules. It is, in fact, a state of chaos, of no law other than military rule, and therefore you must do what you need to do to protect your family and your friends and your neighborhood, if they're all of like minds, of constitutional rights, of the preservation of the constitutional republic, and we love our people in the military. We know that they're with us. We know they're not against us.
We do.
It's absolutely so, and we hope that they will support and defend the Constitution and protect Americans from unlawful actions by anyone impersonating the POTUS or assuming unlawful authority to rule over America in a military configuration.
Exactly.
That's the reason for this show.
We have a caller again. Scotty has called back in, and I'm trying to bring him up now, or her. Scotty,
thank you, Chris.
Scotty, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, you are open, and whoa, yeah, there you are. You are open. So if you want to go ahead with your comment or question, that would be great.
I have a question about the villagers that killed in Afghanistan. How do you feel about that? And do you think the person should be locked up?
I have no idea what you just said.
I don't know what you just said.
The villagers that got killed in Africa last week, how do you feel about that? And do you think the person that killed them should be locked up?
Absolutely.
In Afghanistan last week?
Africa.
Well, yeah. Oh, in Africa.
Africa is the forgotten continent and is going to have to be dealt with as it can be, both during and after the process of liberation that we're looking at here. My understanding is the plan is to go in there and root out the problems by whatever means is necessary, address the needs of the people. There's way too many people that are hungry there, among other things, and set Africa back on its feet and make sure that they have a good direction to go in so that they can be like everybody else and live a normal life with their family.
Africa is the new elitist playground. There's more money pouring into Africa right now. There's more going on than just this Christian group, believe it.
I know.
This is not just stuff happening here. We got to remember, this is globally. What's happening here is also happening across the pond.
And that means that you're going to have a global force to deal with it.